Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. Okay, no, that's not how we're gonna do it. Hey y'all, welcome back. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Chelsea and this is my YouTube channel. I strive to curate safe spaces in real life and online, and this is a new version for me here on this platform, YouTube. So I know y'all been watching my videos, or maybe you haven't, maybe this is your first one, but I have yet to do an intro video, so I thought it'd be fun to film one and to basically give you a proper introduction to who I am and why I chose this platform and why I'm trying to create a new space on YouTube. The lighting is absolutely terrible, but we're just gonna go with it. I don't really have better lighting. Maybe I do. That's kind of better. So I went to YouTube and I asked a few questions about like what are some good get to know me questions, but I got a few questions that I would like to answer, and so we're just gonna go for it. Okay, let me find them. Okay, so the first thing is my YouTube name. So my YouTube name is chelseanyirenda, and the reason I chose that, well, first of all, my name is Chelsea, middle name Nyirenda, and I chose to use that, or use my full like first and full middle name, because I feel like I wanted to definitely be representation for my background, which is Zambian. My mother is African American and my father is Zambian and South African, but he's Zambian because his father is Zambian. So I wanted to definitely be a representation for that, and I feel like on this platform there's not a lot of Zambian women that are successful at YouTube or at content creation. Not saying that there aren't any, but I'm just saying there should be more. And so I chose to use my full name because I think that that's important. It's important to see women that are from where you're from or look like you, to make you feel like, you know, it's possible. So that's my name. This is so annoying that you guys are seeing like the window pane, but if you can ignore it, we can get through it. It's really that the sun is starting to peek through at different parts of the video. Anyway, what does my name mean? So Nyirenda means she is a blessing, she has come. My middle name was chosen by my aunt, and yeah. A third question. Let's do well, this is one of my questions, but like, what exactly do I mean by creating a safe space on YouTube? Well, my tagline on YouTube is validating realities, and to me that just means that I'm going to show up as myself relentlessly every day. Every time that I post something, it's going to be my truest self, and I'm not going to hold back what I do and do not show. Now, I do have, you know, boundaries, and certain things just aren't necessary to validate. Certain things are, everybody goes through those things, and they should be kept private. But I think that on YouTube, I think a lot of people do a great job at showing their everyday life, especially through vlogs, but I feel like sometimes we get caught up in the glamorized section of YouTube, and that part of YouTube is necessary. I love that part of YouTube, but I just thought that this is a gap that I could help fill and be a part of filling, because I do deal with certain mental health struggles, and I have a community, and I build communities and safe spaces for people that are affected by mental health and mental distress. I want to embrace it on this platform, and I want to validate people that, you know, may feel like they go through things in silence because they don't have anyone to relate to. There's always someone to relate to. We just have to start the conversation. So many people go through things on the daily, and we just don't hold space for people to have those conversations. And so this is definitely a space for that. Feel free to always inbox me, or if you follow me on Instagram, DM me if you ever need like just a shoulder or just some conversation. I know that that's my purpose on this planet. So yeah, it's to definitely spread God's word, and do it by spreading his love and being a vessel of love and being a light to people, and just, you know, embracing the good and the bad about people. And I mean the good and the bad and feelings. And so yeah, that's that. All right, we're gonna do a few more questions. So the next question is, what is your love language? My love language, I think I got a little bit of all of them. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I think my favorite love language is physical touch. I really, really love being touched. I love affection. I just love it. I love being in your arms. And that's not just like my partner, that's my family. I love when my family comes and like just hugs me, or, you know, just wants to be around me. That means a lot. And I think second place would definitely go to words of affirmation. I'm a person that needs a lot of reassurance. Like, I'm a confident person, but I just need reassurance. Sometimes I think I'm crazy, and that could be like due to like the struggles that I go through mentally. And I'm completely fine. I want everyone to know that. I just suffer from anxiety and sometimes depression seasonally, but I'm a lot better than I was in my college years. I've got a little wisdom under my belt. Sometimes you need reassurance, you know. So I definitely love words of affirmation. The next question is, what makes you feel safe? What makes me feel safe? I think first and foremost, God's love and God's covering and God's promise and God's word makes me feel safe. Like, everything I need is in God, and God has put all of that in me. So I am just as amazing because that's how I was created to be. So I think that knowledge definitely makes me feel safe and makes me feel confident to go into any situation, conversation, confrontation. And I think what else makes me feel safe is, I guess it goes back to love languages, but like acts of service. Actions mean a lot to me. Like, I definitely hold near and dear to my heart people's words and how people like feel about me and telling me that. I hate this lighting, but I really, really, really love when you act on how you say you feel, or when you act on what you say you'll do, or when, you know, I like when you put a little oomph behind your words. That makes me feel safe. It makes me feel safe that I can trust your words and that you mean what you say. What's your morning night routine? My morning night routine, what can I say? My morning routine, I don't know if this is skin or just life, but I did my skincare routine, my morning skincare routine on a video. I'll put it right here. Well, right now I'm working to create a morning routine. I think that the mornings are very hard for me since COVID. Like, when I was working, it was a lot easier, like a lot easier, because I had a routine and I had a schedule and I had to be somewhere. But now that like it's all up to me, it's a lot harder, like really harder. And I have an alarm. I had an alarm all throughout COVID to wake up at 5:30, and today's December the 2nd, and it is, I just started waking up at 5:30, aka 6:30 some days, since like the last 2 weeks of November. So, but yeah, my morning routine is I wake up, I wash my face, you know, I get that all together. I do not eat breakfast immediately because my stomach can't handle it. I go to the gym. I like to come home and shower immediately because, ladies, you need to do that. Like, that's important. Okay, and then I go about my day. I have a list of things to do. I write an agenda for my month out and I try and follow it, and I just fill it up, you know, as things come along for the days. But I try and get shit done until sundown. But I definitely always make time for myself. I make time to just like relax. I don't continuously work. That's not sustainable for me. But I make appropriate time gaps so that I have time for me and time to get shit done. And then my night routine, I love a night routine. My night routine is always skincare, face mask. I like to wind down. I love to see my dogs. I love to spend time with my dogs. I check in with my family. I love to watch YouTube. Like, I love YouTube. It's like an obsession. I can't even finish shows sometimes because I'm like, I think there's a new YouTube video out. And so I'll go check YouTube, like refresh it 3 times. And if there's nothing there, then I'll go to like my streaming services. But yeah, I love movies. I'm a big movie watcher. I used to not even watch TV. I used to only watch movies. But right now, my night routine consists of like getting something good to eat. I need to get back into teas. Oh, in my morning routine, I also have coffee. I do have a cup of iced coffee that I like to make myself. Yeah, I snuggle up in my bed and I go to sleep. It's the best. I love my bed. It's my favorite thing in my house. Or my favorite piece of furniture in my house would definitely be my bed. Okay, next question. Okay, so the next question is my favorite movie. That's hard. My favorite movie of all time is Forrest Gump. I can watch it any day, every day, all day. But another like favorite movie, I love Harry Potter's. I love the whole, I don't bash any movie except Sorcerer's Stone. I don't watch Sorcerer's Stone. I really don't, ever. Like since it came out, it was bad. I love Lord of the Rings, Silver Linings Playbook, Just Go With It, The Other Woman, Loving Basketball. I have to say my favorite movie is definitely Forrest Gump, because if we go down the line, like there's just too much. Mr. Deeds, there's so much. 51st Dates, Something New. It's crazy because I have one that I really like and I can watch all the time, and I do watch all the time, but I can't think of it right now, which is weird. So we're gonna go with Forrest Gump. Okay, asking about childhood. I don't know what to say about my childhood. I was raised in Compton, California for my like really young adolescent years, and then I moved to Inglewood in the 6th grade, and I've lived there ever since. We live like right on the border now of Inglewood, LA, or Hyde Park in Inglewood, but yeah, I born and raised in LA. I was also, when I was young, my dad lived in Inglewood, so Compton and Inglewood have been in my life literally almost my entire life. I loved my childhood. I had an amazing childhood. Like I wouldn't change anything about my childhood. Probably like my parents not being together, but besides that, they got back together and then okay, but anyway, I loved my childhood. I grew up with a lot of siblings. I am the middle child of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, of 7. Well, 8. It's a lot of us, but they're all like, my dad remarried. But I think my favorite thing about childhood was my family. I come from a very close family, and friends. I still literally hang out with the same people I went to school with in middle school, in elementary school, and in high school, like literally. And I danced and cheerleaded and did a lot of other sports my whole life, so literally the people I did all those things with are still my friends till this day. But I think that that's just like Compton and Inglewood, like it's just rich in culture and rich in that community aspect, at least when I was growing up. And so yeah, that is like, you cannot talk about Compton, you cannot talk about Inglewood, and you can't tell me that I'm not from both either, because I am. And my family is, like my mother's side of the family is definitely from Compton. They still live there, a lot of them. And my dad's side is from Zambia, obviously. But yeah, also growing up just bicultural, a lot of things that I do are like, they just make me feel good, because they're a part of my culture and they were a part of my upbringing, and they set me apart. And sometimes I can be awkward with like certain things that I'm just used to doing culturally, but they make me feel good, and they make me feel like I serve, and I make my ancestors and my father and my grandparents proud, because I still keep certain things like near and dear to my heart, that are a part of my Zambian heritage. But yeah, I think that's what I would like to say about my childhood. Yeah, but I definitely am a middle child. Like, I'm definitely a middle child. And yeah, okay, what are your big 3? My big 3 are, I am a Taurus sun, Leo moon, and Sag rising, and none of that made sense to me for a while. Like, I just didn't know anything about Leos or Sagittarius, but I definitely see it. I definitely see it, and I love it. Honestly, I ain't got no shame in my game. I'm a little spontaneous sometimes with my Sag side, like starting this YouTube. I wanted to do it for forever, but I was just like, I don't care, I'm gonna do it now. I ain't got no job, I ain't got no man. I still live at home. Like, this is my literal, this is the room I came home from college for. So like certain things in this room make me feel so young and cringe. It's so comforting because my younger self is here. Anyway, that doesn't matter. My Leo side is so fun because she's so confident, and she is the one that really pushes the Taurus in me to get shit done. Like, the Taurus in me is very motivated, very confident, but the, you know, the Taurus side of me definitely can become really what do you call it, can become really insecure sometimes. That Leo, she come through every single, I'm trying to find where I can be in just like normal life, because I know I'm gonna watch this video and be so annoyed that I have lines on my face, but it's okay. You guys forgive me, right? Okay. And then I think we only have 2 more questions. Okay, we have 2. Okay. This next one is from my sister, and she's nasty. She asked me, what's your favorite sex position? Oh, Ethan, you're the best. From the back, 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 from the back. You get it? Okay, we answered it. All right, let's go into the last one. The last one is where am I from and what inspires me the most. So I already answered where I'm from and what inspires me the most. I think what inspires me most, one, is love. I love love. Love is so amazing, and it's so pure, and it's so beautiful, and it definitely has a side of it that makes us uncomfortable, but I love it. It forces me to embrace everything that is meant to be, you know. So love is definitely a great motivating force. Also, God is love. So God inspires me and motivates me to be better and to show up as my best self every day, and show up as my best self for myself. Like, it's so important. I would say that my parents inspire me, definitely. They both come from backgrounds that, they both come from places that are underestimated, and so I love that because my parents are amazing, and my parents are the reason why I am who I am, and they did so much so that I had better, so I'm doing the exact same thing so that they can get better, or they can have better. And so yeah, I definitely think my family and my faith are big inspirations, and my city. Like, my city is a big inspiration because there's so much, like, there's so many people in Inglewood and in Compton, or people that I know from these places, that are just amazing, that are just so driven, so confident, so inspirational, so community driven, and also so humble, you know. Like, they do that shit, like they do it, and half of the time they don't get the credit, and I think that that's just how it is. Like, you do it because you're supposed to, you know, you do it because that's how we were raised, but it's definitely something to be proud of, and I'm so grateful that these 2 cities are the shoulders that I stand on, because nobody does it better. Nobody does it better. Well, y'all, that is the end of the video. I can't think of anything else to tell you all about me. Like, I can tell you, like, my passion and my educational background, because I think that's important if I'm creating a space for this. So I went to college at Holy Names University in Oakland, California, aka one of my favorite places on the planet, and I got my degree in business management, and I minored in biology. It's a little incomplete, but I minored in it, and I wanted to be a veterinarian. That was the goal, and then it turned into dermatology, but none of that was really working out for me, even though I was qualified, or maybe I needed to like do certain things. Like, it just wasn't working. But I've always had this passion to help people, and I've also struggled with certain things as a person and as a human, and I realized how abnormal the world makes you feel about something that's hyper normal and like hyper contagious, you know, like mental health vibes are very contagious, and they fill a room, and they can change the way you feel about yourself in a minute. And that's important, and how we feel about ourselves when we wake up without any interruption is important. And so I just prioritize learning about that and advocating for that and being better for people, so that I can be an accessory to that, to help people feel better and to really help myself feel better too. But yeah, y'all, and lastly, what you can expect from this channel: I have wellness, I have vlogs, I have business, and I think I have fashion as tagged on. I think those are all things that I'm hyper obsessed with. So we are going to explore all of those things. I travel a lot. I love traveling. I don't know how to stay put. I love wellness. I love taking care of my mind, body, and spirit. So I would love to bring that to this channel, whatever my input is. And then fashion. Just wait on it. And then business. I own a business. I have a business named Better Days, RVO, which stands for Real Vibes Only, and that is where I actually curate the safe spaces online, and in the future they will be in real life. And I have merch that I sell to fundraise for it. I'll put all that info for that space down below. But yeah, okay y'all, I'm gonna close up this video by saying thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn those notifications on so that you never miss a beat when I post. I'm gonna do my best to follow my mission and follow my passion and follow my intentions for this space, and I hope you hold me accountable. But I hope you loved learning a little bit about me, and tell me something about yourself in the comments. What's your big three, or what's your favorite sex position? All right y'all, I love you so much, and I hope that you are living in your best space. I hope that you are having one of the best days ever. All right y'all, go out there and spread good news. Love you.